Hello, and welcome to AASCU's advocacy training video. You've clicked on the HEAL meeting do's and don'ts, how to maximize your HEAL visits. It's important that once you know you want to engage with a member of Congress, identify whether you want to meet with your House member or your senators, and why do you want a meeting? Are you coming alone? Are you bringing your staff, students, a member of your board? The person you're meeting with will want to know that. Is the meeting in Washington or in their district or state? Washington, D.C. based staff are very policy oriented, whereas the district staff is much more constituency services oriented, but there is some overlap. Contact the scheduler in your member's office to schedule that visit. When you come to AASCU on the Hill, you will be given a congressional directory. This will be very handy for future engagement with elected officials. A pro tip: it's always a good idea to copy the legislative assistant who covers the issue or issues you want to discuss. Actual constituents have an inside track in getting a meeting, so make sure you mention that when you're reaching out. And reach out inside of 2 weeks of the expected visit. That is the time frame they want to hear from you. To help you prepare, check out our other training video on pre and post meeting tips. You'll be glad you did. Ready, set, go. Now be prepared for the unexpected. Hill offices are small, can be crowded, and have limited space. The Senate has a little bit more room. Members, you should expect to meet with your member in their office, and they will always be accompanied by their legislative staff. If you're scheduled to meet with the member, the representative or the senator, please be aware last-minute changes always happen, particularly on the where, the when, or with whom you're meeting. Don't be surprised if your meeting venue changes. It could be in the lobby of the office. It could actually be in the hallway outside. That's not as bad as it sounds. Meeting with staff is always a good alternative, especially the legislative assistant that handles education policy. They really know their stuff. If you're part of a group, it's always a good idea to coordinate with your fellow attendees to make sure who's going to be the leader, to ensure that everybody has an opportunity to participate. Start the meeting with introductions. It's important for everyone to know who's in the room. Pro tip: collect business cards at the beginning of the meeting so you have their contact information and you can follow up with any important communications. It's a good idea to ask at the beginning of the meeting how long the meeting will be. This will help you plan for the conversation. Summarize the purpose of the visit. Describe the issue or issues you would like to discuss. Pro tip: remember to make the ask. You'll be surprised how many people forget to make the ask or are distracted by the person you're meeting with because they don't want you to make the ask, particularly if they know they're not going to agree or can't meet your ask. So be aware, be mindful of this. It's entirely okay to respond to a question for which you don't have an answer with, "I don't know the answer to that question, but I'll find out and share it with you." This is where the business cards come in handy. Facts and accuracy are important. Use the contact information in the provided congressional book if you're running late or need assistance from the office you're meeting with. Know that it's okay to take a picture while you're in your meeting. Just make sure you ask first before taking the picture. Hashtag AASCU on the Hill. Just please remember to take the picture at the end of the meeting. You do not want to consume important time at the beginning of the meeting taking a picture. You want to get right to it. Storytelling is encouraged. It's a great way to make a point, but remember to be concise. On the don't side, don't forget, you're the constituent. They want to meet with you. They want to learn from your experience. They want to hear what you have to say. You have an impact in the work that they do. Pleasantries at the beginning of a meeting are encouraged, but don't get distracted and let time run. Do not ramble on when you speak. Be focused and be aware of the timing. Do not forget to make the ask. Remember, that's the reason you're in the office. Do not bring partisan politics into the conversation. Be aware that your member may. We recommend you don't. Do not forget to agree to disagree if necessary. Do not expect people in the office to know your issue as well as you do. That's one of the reasons they want to meet with you. Do not get flustered if the office asks if you have a pay for the costs associated with your ask. I recommend that you respectfully respond with a variation of the following. We elected you as our leader, and you are the policy expert. I depend on your leadership to know how to make the tough decisions, as well as negotiate with your colleagues to find a way to pay for these priorities for our community. The previous response is intended to put the ball back in their court. That's where you want to keep, particularly that topic. Pro tip: it's common for offices who do not agree with your request to ask that question of you. It's intended to make you feel like it's your fault they don't agree with you because you can't pay for it. Don't fall for it. And do not overwhelm them with paper. It's better to always attach electronic copies of documents after your meeting. As the meeting is coming to an end, remember to offer yourself or your staff for any specific expertise in a policy matter. This should be a dual-way conversation and relationship. Pro tip: invite them for a campus visit or any other formal event in the future. They want to be part of the community. They want to be seen. And you want to have that one-on-one time or in a small group setting with them to talk about your policy priorities. Remember, a one meeting a relationship does not make. Look for ways to stay in touch with your office of the elected official. AASCU is happy to provide you with suggestions and ideas on how to continue to engage the offices of elected officials. Once your meeting has ended, make sure you send them an email thanking them for the visit. Summarize the issues that were discussed. It gives you another opportunity to share your contact information. And emphasize the ask. Remind them why you met with them in the first place. Last word. It's okay to feel like you're preaching to the choir in some occasions. It reminds you why you agree in the first place. However, it's important to also meet with people who do not agree with your point of view. They need to hear both sides. They need to hear all sides of every particular issue. Don't give them the opportunity to say, I've never heard from the other side. That could be your voice. Be part of the process. To summarize, the key points of a Hill meeting are: be prepared, stay focused, offer your expertise, offer an invitation, stay engaged with them, use AASCU resources to help you plan. And let's see, what else? Remember to make the ask. It's one of the most important parts of that conversation. Please reach out to any of us in AASCU's advocacy team. We're here to help. You see our emails on the screen. For additional information, you can watch other recordings on AASCU's YouTube video. Please visit our event website for additional information. If you have any inquiries, please reach out to us. Thank you for being part of this video.